How's it going, everybody? My name is Aaron Nelson. I'm going to teach you how to get into vehicle modification with this pecha. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to watch every Fast and the Furious movie you can. These movies are going to be a great resource for giving you terms, slang, also helping you develop the personality required to fit in with the vehicle modification community. You also get a chance to see a general overview of what the community entails, what activities they participate in, and generally how they act as a whole. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and play as many video games as possible. By video games, I mean Need for Speed. These games are going to give you the essential wheel time required to handle your vehicle after the modification process. It'll also give you a general overview of what vehicle modification entails and a chance to blueprint what your vehicle will ultimately look like after the vehicle modification process. Next, get yourself to an event, hopefully a SEMA show or a hot import night like this one. If not, a local one will do, to all go over all the vehicles that are already modified to model your vehicle after. Next, make sure to meet plenty of interesting people who can help you along your way. And if all else fails, you can always go for the raves and the parties because that'll help you feel like you're a member of the community. Next, take everything you've learned into one single design document. Make sure that this design document includes vehicles that you've seen that you want to model your vehicle after, popular video games, music, pretty much anything that you think you like. This will all help give inspiration to what your vehicle will ultimately look like after modification. Next, make sure you have plenty of money because this will be an expensive endeavor. Any money you save up for college, to move out of your parents' basement, to buy yourself a new home. Now is the time to spend that saved up money to modify your vehicle, because modifying your vehicle is far more important than getting out of your parents' basement or getting your own home. Next, make sure you have a good running vehicle, like this brand new Honda Civic. If not, you might have an old Toyota Corolla or another older vehicle. Make sure it's in running condition. This will all help speed up the modification process. If you don't have a vehicle that's in running condition, or you only have one vehicle, now is the time to go ahead and purchase that second vehicle you've always wanted. That second vehicle in this case could be a muscle car, like this Ford Mustang. Now remember, muscle cars are a very difficult car to pick up. One, because they all look the same, and two, all of them are Mustangs. So if you're going to buy yourself a muscle car, you want to make sure it's only a Mustang. Now, if a muscle car has muscle, which means you don't have to modify the engine, a supercar means it has a super engine, which means now you don't have to modify the engine and the exterior. This will save you money. Sure, you might purchase a vehicle at a price tag of over $100,000, but you're not going to miss that money, and hey, you've already got half the modification process done. Next, make sure you can find yourself a crew, a local crew, or hopefully a car club in your local area. If not, you can create your own by using your family, your friends' friends, your neighbors' neighbors, or any just local strangers who drive around in modified cars and generally stare at you when you stare back at them. Next, you want to make sure you modify your engine first. Sure, a lot of people say you want to have an aesthetically pleasing modified vehicle, but be honest, who wants to have a car that's all show but no go? Because in the end, all the other posers are going to laugh at you as they drive away. So make sure your engine's modified so you can outrun those posers. And if you have a little complication modifying your engine or find it too technically difficult, why not just buy a crate engine? That way you can drop in a fully modified engine without doing any of the work. Sure, it'll cost you a little extra, but hey, in the end, what's more expensive, the engine or the labor? Next, you want to focus on safety, because now your car is super fast and super dangerous. Make sure to include a roll cage, a fire extinguisher on the floor, a NASCAR-inspired steering wheel, a racing seat, and a dashboard that looks something out of the Odyssey space shuttle. That way you know your car is super safe. Also, you want to make sure to upgrade your sound system, because let's be honest, who wants to drive around in a modified vehicle with really crappy sound systems? So get over to a local shop. Make sure they include a really outstanding sound box, subwoofers, and upgraded sound system, because in the end, you're never going to use your trunk anyway. Or are you? You might be traveling around the country with your beautiful new car. Make sure if you are traveling around the country to include your whole closet. Make sure it's filled with your best clothes, because as you drive around in this super modified car, everyone needs to know that you look as great as your car does. Otherwise, everyone will just come for your car and not you. Now, if you've done everything according to how I've told you, your car should look something like this. People should be able to tell your car is modified, but at the same time, not. The reason for this is local laws. You don't want to be the one where a cop shows up saying, hey, is your car meet emissions regulations? Because in the end, you want to avoid all those nasty cops. Now, on the flip side, your car could look something like this, similar to the Japanese itasha, which is Japanese for ouch car. Because hey, this car is kind of difficult to look at, but in the end, everyone will be staring and no one will be able to take their eyes off of it. Now, after you modify your car, be wary of regular street races. Everywhere you go, there's going to be some guy who's going to stop, rev his engine, and some random guy's going to run in the middle of the street to flag you both to race. You're going to want to try to avoid this because racing may seem like the appropriate thing to do, but it has inherent dangers. The first obvious danger is accidents. You might be driving along, think, hey, I can race this guy, no big deal, but think first before you do it. After your vehicle gets wrecked, you'll have to pay for your vehicle to get modified again, and I'm pretty sure your insurance won't cover that, so let's try to avoid that at all costs. Additionally, you want to avoid any sort of tickets, because hey, cops love handing out tickets, and cops love handing out tickets to people with nice looking cars. Now your car is modified and nice looking, you're a prime target for police officers, so let's avoid them by also avoiding local street racers. And hey, who really needs to be a punk and race anyway? Now your vehicle is fully modified, you're ready to get out there and prove that you can be in the professional circuit. Because hey, if you're not allowed to race in the road, you might as well race in the track. What better way to use your modified vehicle? Now get out there and start modifying.